Blog Watchers, it's Maddy. Very honored tonight to be here with Javelin at their album release party. This is Tom.
Hello.
And this is George.
Hi.
And they just got off a major tour with Yeasayer, and they're about to embark on their own very special tour, starting on the West Coast. Guys, what's going on? How was touring with Yeasayer?
It was hell. It was like the worst.
The worst.
Yeah, just mean hippies, aren't they?
Full crowd, sold out audiences every night. Just horrible.
I'm so sorry.
Bad. It's just. Really
I'm sorry you had to experience that. Yeah. All right, well, but you made it through, and you're here tonight with the release of No Mas. So, No Mas, I've been thinking a lot about the title No Mas, and I've been wondering.
We did.
Oh, you didn't?
Well,
oh man, I've got a theory.
It means some stuff.
Okay, all right. Well, in my mind, I don't know what you guys do with the sort of like the sampling plus the live, instruments, and then the singing and the rapping. I was just like, well, maybe they just like they build and build and build and build a track, and then they just have to say No Mas at some point. Because in my mind, when I listen to the album, I'm like, all I say is Mas, like give me Mas. But you guys are saying No Mas. So what is the deal with No Mas?
I like that theory. There's a thing that painters do where they know their last stroke and then they just drop the brush. I don't know if we can say that's the case. It's also a quote. I mean, I like interpretations. Any interpretation's good. But it's a quote. A boxer, Hector Macho Camacho, said it in a fight, and he was actually like reviled in the press for quitting on a fight. He was like, no mas. He's like, I don't want to fight anymore.
He just gave up.
Yeah.
Okay, so but you got to respect him for it on some level.
Oh yeah, it was like really a cinematic moment, and like he had his reasons.
As you do, whatever they are. We'll let them.
We're not quitting. It's just.
It's a funny thing for your first record to be like, I quit.
I know, right? I know. It's puzzled me. It's puzzled me for months. No Mas, I'm loving it. So you guys are cousins. You've been making music together for a long time. What were your instruments? Like, did you guys have instruments starting out when you were young, like that inspired you?
Yeah, I've been playing guitar since I was in like 4th grade.
Awesome.
I don't know. Tom started on cello and piano.
Yeah, I was on cello at age 3.
Cello?
And then
Age 3?
I was already off it by age 5. This is like I climbed the mountaintop, and then I played piano. We both played guitar, but George is actually an amazing percussionist of all, anything percussive. Like George will freak it in amazing ways.
Amazing. And when did you guys get into like DJing? Like, did you do that at all in high school? Like, were you into like dance party DJ sort of vibe in high school, or did that come later?
I mean, I had a show on the radio station in college, and I used to do like DJ parties and stuff. But I much preferred to play records on the air, because there wasn't like a lot of pressure to like keep a dance floor moving. You just like play awesome stuff, and that coupled with like obsession with like home recording. And then you get into sampling, and then it's just a matter of time before you get into like sequencing like things together and like
putting the puzzle together.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
We did get into like in like 2004, 2005. We started making danceable music together, and so we figured we might as well take that to a dance party. And actually, a lot of the people who were at our first performances are in the room right now in Providence, Rhode Island. This is the What Cheer Brigade. Woo! Say what up. You guys were at our first dance parties. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. All right. Well, but yeah. So we did that for a long time actually, but it was sort of like DJing our own music for the party.
It's fantastic.
It wasn't quite the fanfare I was looking for. So they're like, yeah.
I used to play bass drum in this band, actually.
Really? It's a family. It's a family. They're a little too cool for school right now, but that's okay. That's all right. That's all right. So tonight and in general, like, do you guys keep it pretty improvisational, or do you like to stick to the tracks from the album?
It's I don't know, dealing with pre-recorded stuff and like sequence things that are like pretty mapped out. We like to throw improv on top of it, and there's some improvisations that have become kind of routines throughout like doing shows and things. Now things have developed, but we like to mix it up also and sort of like just flip it occasionally.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of improv, and sometimes like it falls like very close to flat on its face, but then it just like somehow comes out. You know, it's, yeah.
Great. I have to ask you about Osandra. It sounds, when I first listened to it, it sounded like Sandra, but then I realized it was Centra.
Sometimes we actually were saying Sandra because George didn't know what the song was called yet, or like who it was about, so he was like Sandra, and then like sometimes it's Santra.
So my confusion is valid.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, but it's about a kitty, right?
Yeah.
Who's kitty?
Luke Fishbeck and Sarah Anderson's kitty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Luke and Sarah.
Yeah.
Congrats, your cat has made it. I'm so digging that track. Who's the rapper?
Both. Actually, we trade verses.
And the mouse sounds are is it supposed to be like cats rapping about cats or mice rapping about cats, or were you just like, whatever, let's just make our voices sound like mice?
I think we were just uncomfortable like having our voices be rappers.
Whatever though, that rap is the jam.
No, but like if you slow it down to 33, you can actually hear our normal voices. Just
I'm gonna do that.
it sounds a lot better sped up, I think.
I love the monkey foot.
We did. I think we made that track in 2005, and it was like one of our first things. Like it was a sort of like almost like a bedroom experiment that you do when you're a kid, and you're like I don't know if I want to show this to anyone, but we ran downstairs and played it for the owners of the cat. Centerfold is her full name, and like. It was kind of like, I don't know, it was we were onto something, but like I don't think we've ever been back on that same something. Like it's just like it's its own little.
It is. It's such a singular track. It stands out. It's so awesome. Well, so all right. So you've got the major release party that is about to ensue tonight, and then you guys go to California. You're out for a while. Like, what's up? Are you writing? Are you experimenting? Are you just ready to like party on your own tour?
I think we're actually ready to stop touring for a little while. I mean, we're psyched for this next leg, but like, we're studio dudes, and we really like being at home and making new stuff, and we haven't done it for like a year. We're really looking forward to making some new tracks. So
just ready to start finding some new sounds and start playing around with shit.
I mean, we're gonna be playing some songs tonight that we've never played out before, and so like, performing can be. You know, like you have to keep it exciting for yourself in that way. And then we've actually been creating on the road a little bit. Like we've been making stuff in the car now, and we've only just started doing this, but it's like.
How do you do that? How do you plug in?
You can plug the MPC into the car stereo, and then through the cigarette lighter, you can plug in with a little adapter. And so then you just go through the stereo, and the driver is like the executive producer, and the guy who's in the passenger seat is like the engineer. And we're just like driving through like canyons in Texas, like making.
Inspired.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Resourceful to no end, Javelin. We are so thrilled to be with them tonight and their CD release. Thanks, you guys. Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, LimeWire.